Hi. Do you feel a pull towards something which lies beyond the everyday reality? Have you tried out my astral projection guided meditations and you feel like you want to go deeper into this topic? You want to explore it in more depth. You want to lose your fears around the transitioning between waking consciousness and astral projection consciousness. Then the astral projection guide is something that can help you. In the last 3 to 4 years, I've had a lot of astral projection activities in my life. It's such a mysterious thing that I would never claim to have mastered or to have definite knowledge about. But nonetheless, I think that I have explored many facets of what it means to transition in your consciousness to a different state. What it means to realize that you're not merely a physical body, but something else which is much larger, much vaster than a physical body. And the cool thing about astral projection is that it gives you the arena where you can explore this reality. You're not the body. It's a saying that many spiritual teachers have uttered. But what does it actually mean in your direct experience? On the inside. To explore that, astral projection is a great tool. But in order to explore that, we have to lose something. We have to lose the grip on being a physical body in a physical universe, on that way of seeing the world. And when you have to open up ourselves into something larger. And this transition, not only in the small when you lie down and try to project, but also in the large throughout your whole life. This transition is what can be referred to as a spiritual opening, spiritual awakening. And this transition is something which is very nice to have people around that already reflect to you this newer reality, this newer way of seeing the world. And for that, because I myself enjoyed connecting to people, I want to offer also to you to connect to me. First of all, through this guide, and second of all, through a monthly meeting, which is included, where we gather together and speak about this transitioning, about astral projection and everything that comes with it. So I hope I see you on the other side. I hope I can connect with you in different ways. And I hope that this guide is a seed that grows into a flower over the years. A flower that holds the possibility for experiencing this life in a way that is hard to fathom with a rational mind. Take care. Alright, let's go through a couple more slides so you can better understand what this guide entails and the way I see astral projection. First of all, I'd like to put it this way. Astral projection occurs naturally. It's a natural phenomenon of being human. It's not something you have to learn, but it's something you have to rediscover in yourself. If you look at it this way, it becomes much easier to open up to it. We just need to learn to get our mind out of the way because it has been conditioned to function in a certain way, which is useful in a day-to-day life, dealing with buying groceries, with maybe planning your weekend, doing taxes and all of that. But this part of your brain, once you enter into astral projection, will start to freak out because it feels like you are losing control. So in this guide, we will find ways to look at the world, or we discover ways to look at the world which helps our mind to relax. So when we open up to astral projection, let go of fear and invite it through practice and routines, it will naturally become part of our range of experience. You might still remember when you were a kid, it was really exciting to explore new things in the world, which you have never done before. And you had a lot of fears around things that now you you just have to laugh about it. Maybe you laugh about the ghost under your bed, or maybe other things that you misinterpreted certain phenomena in the world. And then over time, your mind created a way of seeing the world that helps you to maneuver through your day without always freaking out. But now if we move into astral projection, we again enter an area which we haven't entered before, or at least which we haven't entered consciously, because astral projection indeed, in my opinion, does happen to everyone. It just is a question of how conscious you are about it happening and how conscious you are about the transitioning into it. So there are, in essence, 3 parts to this guide. First of all, we will work on an intellectual framework, so a way of understanding this territory from different perspectives, because this understanding that we build up helps us to let go of fear and resistance. The next part is the preparation for astral projection. It just practices the mind with certain techniques that later help you in the process of transitioning. But if we first just sit down and practice them in a meditation-like fashion, we can just focus on the techniques and we don't need to worry about what might happen, what's going on. So it's just a technique practice. And the third part are the actual guided astral travels. So these you can follow and experiment with for actually experiencing this phenomena. So through this guide, you'll lose fears of transitioning into astral projection. You overcome roadblocks that freeze your progress. You learn how to move into brainwave states for astral travel. And you have access to a list of best practices that I discovered over the years. And you learn how to integrate astral projection into your day-to-day life. And on the left, you see a little box that I created. I like to create these boxes because I think in the digital world we sometimes miss something which is looking tangible and graspable. So that is my artwork. So this guide is for you if you feel a deep longing for something beyond your day-to-day experience. You are open-minded and feel a calling to discover your internal world. You are fascinated by the spiritual world and the workings of your mind. You feel an unexplainable magnetic pull towards this guide. So oftentimes our subconscious mind gives us clues about where to move next in our journey. Some people call it intuition, others call it listening to the heart or connecting to the wisdom of your body. Whatever it is, use this wisdom and it will tell you where to go next. So here are 3 more reasons for this guide. First of all, it's based on experience. I have read only 1 book on astral projection. And for the rest, whatever I speak about in this guide is based on my experience and my own understanding. I deliberately tried to do it this way and to abstain from acquiring new knowledge about this field in order to create something from my own experience and to not just copy something that I heard somewhere else. The second reason is that it's always helpful to connect to someone who is already doing something that you want to do or experiencing something without fear and resistance. Because you might already notice in your day-to-day life, whenever you are around certain people, your view of the world and your experience of the world starts to change a bit because there is always a communication going on between 2 beings that is beyond the direct spoken communication. It's a communication of the whole being or 2 whole beings. You carry all of your beliefs within you all the time. And even though you cannot see it with your physical eyes, you can start to learn to feel someone else's makeup of beliefs and makeup of the entire soul structure. The third reason is that I intended to streamline this guide towards liberation, towards freeing yourself from the conditioning of the world and to realize your innate true nature of freedom. And so you can use astral projection to further program yourself with beliefs, or you can use it to free yourself from beliefs. So my intention is to move towards liberation, but however you want to take it is up to you. Your mind is a chameleon that can come up with an infinite number of ways to keep us stuck in the journey of opening up. So busting roadblocks is a term I use to go through these fences that your mind puts up. And even though everyone is unique in their ways, there's also a large amount of similarities in the ways that our mind tends to trick us into believing the fear and stop moving forward. So in this guide, we also address a number of common roadblocks that I found in myself and that I also discovered in the comment section of my videos and also talking to other people who were experiencing this phenomena. So every full moon, there is a period of very high dream and astral activity, because the moon has a strong influence on us. Whenever you start to observe yourself and the way you feel in a larger scheme, you will discover how the moon influences your mental, emotional state. And oftentimes these changes in states are expressed in astral projection or a higher dream activity. And that is the reason why I want to do a Zoom meeting around the full moon period, where we can share our experiences and where you have the possibility to ask questions. You can directly stream this guide through your phone via the Gumroad app. So you don't have to download and transition everything to your phone, but you can directly access the files on your phone. And also use them with your screen switched off whenever you want to lie down and practice. So that's it for now. I hope I see you on the other side, and take care.